Hey, what's up? So I want to teach people how to lose weight without exercising. It's really not that difficult. It takes a little bit of basic math, and you might think like, "Oh, I don't want to be one of those calorie counting people." Shut up. Just do it. You don't have to actually count them. It's just a wow, that light is getting bright and shining on me in such a way that makes this look very weird, but whatever. I'm going to deal with it. We're going to roll with it. So where was I? You're gonna have to do with it. It's deal with it. It's not that difficult. It's pretty simple. Um, for example, I've got this drink here, 90 calories per container. Okay, that's simple. I probably don't want to drink more than 20 of these a day because that doesn't give me any room for food. It's pretty simple math. Chances are I'm not going to drink anywhere near 20 of these. And I used to drink like 10 sodas a day, and I was still able to lose weight while doing that. Because the key is just keeping, a record of how many calories you've ingested. 10 sodas, that's roughly 180 calories each. That's 1,800 calories. You still got room for a meal that day. Um, so you can effectively lose weight while not even changing your diet. And for the first, I want to say 80 pounds of what I lost, I didn't change any of that. So let me explain how this works. Intermittent fasting. I know that sounds a bit scary too, because when I thought of fasting, it's like, oh, I don't want to not eat. Not eating sounds miserable, and it can be at times, sure. But it's all about your timing. Timing is key. So to properly intermittent fast, all you really need to do is cut out 12 hours of ingesting calories. 12 hours in your day without calories. Well, if you think about it simply, I sleep for quite a while, 8 hours, maybe even longer, 10 hours, some people 12 hours, who knows? So, if you can effectively keep the hours that you ingest calories down to 12 or less, and you have this 12-hour period where you're not ingesting any calories, then you're doing it. So, the simple route right there is to figure out a strategy where you can implement intermittent fasting into your daily schedule. Um, and it's really easy, especially if you do it around sleeping. Cut yourself off a couple hours before you go to sleep, of course, because it's really not healthy to be ingesting a bunch of calories and then going to sleep with that in your body. Anyway, so that is a bad habit that took me a while to break. But that's a great step. If you can break that habit, great. If you can't, that's not a big deal. Still try to keep your 12-hour schedule in mind. Maybe you can even push it if you know you do have a problem with eating a little bit late. Maybe try to push it out a little bit longer, 14 hours, whatever. I like to do that, stretch it out sometimes because the more you stretch it out here and there, that's more gains, right? And that's what you're all about. You want to be gaining progress in this case, which is actually losing weight. So that's the first key for me. I like to cut myself off around 9 or 10 p.m. And keep in mind, I'm a gamer. I'm lazy. I push my body and my mind to the limits all the time, and I treat myself horribly. Like I said, I used to drink 10 sodas a day. I eat whatever I want. I still do. I haven't really changed my overall diet that much. Over time, there are some things that I did change, but we'll get to that in a second. So I cut myself off around 9 or 10 p.m. At that point, sometimes I don't even go to sleep, but I'll switch to like a 0 calorie tea if I am going to stay awake, or I'll just brush my teeth, which is important because I used to forego brushing my teeth very often, and you don't want to do that. If there happens to be any kids watching this, which I hope there aren't because my channel is terrible, but just do it. Just it even if it's lightly, real quick, it's better than nothing. Just do it. So I'll brush my teeth. I'll switch to water. If I do stay awake, I'll switch to a 0 calorie tea, and then whatever. I go to sleep. I wake up around noon. At that point, it's been 14 hours or so. If I cut myself off at 9 or 10, around noon the next day, it's been 14 hours. At that point, you can usually start to feel it. You're empty. You're hungry. Um, Now, at this point, I want to challenge some people because I know some people want to see results faster. Um, when you get to this point, I challenge you to satiate that feeling with water. Get some 0 calorie tea or coffee or something. Satiate that feeling of hunger with something like that. Let your body keep pushing just a little bit longer, and really start to burn some of those excess calories. Okay? I was up to 240 roughly at the highest, at the peak. I want to say about a year ago I was 220. Currently I'm down to 155. My goal is to get to 145, maybe even 140, because I don't want to lose muscle. That's important. And as I get lower and lower, it's been harder, more difficult. Some of those earlier pounds came off really quick. You'd be surprised. Like 10 pounds in 10 days, a pound a day easy, maybe more. Um, and this is without exercise. I want to say the first 40 pounds from 220 down to, or the second 40 pounds, rather, from 220 down to 180, I was still drinking soda, 10 sodas a day. If not, maybe I cut it down to five. But again, it's all about keeping track of roughly how many calories you ingest. And if you don't know how many calories a meal is going to have, expect it to just expect it to be a majority. Now they say that, like, males should have 3,000, females should have 2,500, whatever, blah blah blah. That's just bullshit. Um, None of that matters because everybody. This changes from a person to person basis. It depends on your physiology, the amount of activity you are putting yourself through each day. Um, the type of miseries you're putting through. Gamers, we're sitting around all day, ingesting empty calories, not really burning it off that well. You know what I mean? If you're somebody that's working hard or active, like like an athlete or something, sure, 3,000, 2,500 seems fair. But I think for everyone else, like realistically, you should be thinking about that 2,500 as like a max, like min max 2,000, 2,500. If you're not very active, I think 2,000 is fair, and healthy amount of calories. And again, even if that is too little, it's better to be getting less, but also like eating a healthy amount, right? So that's overall, that's the important thing, to be eating healthy, taking care of yourself, um, and yeah, if you're doing that, you can survive with a little bit less calories, especially if you're not a very active person. But again, if you are extremely active and you start to notice that you are just dragging way too much, you just don't have that energy, then definitely consume more calories to keep up with your activity. Um, but yeah, the people that are working out heavily or extremely active or athletic you'll notice that they're extremely fit, and skinny, and compared to someone like me, like I'm 155, roughly 5'6", which is not a bad weight at all. But I'm still a little bit overweight, and I'm still a little flabby in some areas, right? Because yeah, I'm not very active. So I think 2,000 is a safe rough goal. You know, try not to go any more than that. If you go less than that, don't feel bad. Um, that's progress, in my opinion. As long as you're not like going too far and in consuming 0 calories every day, or you know, resorting to sort of eating disorder, which this video is not about that. So we're not going to get into that. I encourage eating whatever you want, whenever you want, within reasonable limitations, right? Just keep that in mind. You sleep, give yourself 12 hours with no calories. Give yourself 12 hours where you can have calories, and you'll be on an even playing field at that point. And if you want to see progress, shift it a little bit more, you know, in favor of 0 calories. It's simple. So yeah, simple math. It doesn't require a lot of activity at all. But if you want to see more progress faster, you can absolutely exercise. Today was the first day that I took a walk in a very long time, and it was pretty brutal. I'm gonna be honest with you, it was rough. But ultimately, you know, I've been kind of stuck around 155. It's the progress has slowed down dramatically. I cut off the soda around 180. So there's not really much I can change in terms of my diet at this point. So if for me to see actual gains, I have to start implementing a little bit of exercise, or you know, cutting the calories even further, which could be bad, right? So ultimately, depending on how much progress you want to make, you think about that for yourself. Um, just create a plan. Create a plan. It's simple. Figure out when you're going to sleep. Cut yourself off an hour or two before you go to sleep. Turn yourself back on an hour or two after sleep, and just be somewhat mindful of the amount of calories you're ingesting, and cut out stupid things that you don't really need that much of, like pointless sauces and seasonings and fixings on food that doesn't need to be there. Mayonnaise is fucking terrible. I'm a little biased because I've never liked mayonnaise, but you might as well just like slap bags full of mayonnaise like straight into your thighs and your ass. It's fucking terrible. Stop eating stop eating mayonnaise. Um you know, cut down on the butter when you don't need it. Stuff like that. Food can still be good without that stuff. So it's crazy. I used to put butter, I copious amounts of butter on everything, ridiculous amounts of sugar in everything. Now it's like I can drink 0 calorie unsweetened tea, and it doesn't even bother me. Like it doesn't even bother me. And in fact, it encourages me and motivates me. It's like drinking this, I know that like I'm not making negative progress, and that like is really helping build up my overall self-esteem, and my motivation and my drive to continue to lose weight. Like I said, 240 down to 220, with minimal effort. 220 down to 180, just by implementing intermittent fasting. 180 down to 155 by cutting out soda. Um, and now at this point, I'm starting to implement exercise, and I'm basically down to where I need to be. And I can start I can start enjoying things at my own leisure again. Like if I want to have a soda, I can. Because now I'm mindful. I'm more mindful not to drink 10 of them a day, or at least if I drink 10 of them a day, that's my caloric intake for the day. That's total meal replacement, and I had to adjust and just not eat that day or whatever. But no, that's not a very healthy diet. You shouldn't live off of 10 sodas a day. You should absolutely implement, fruits and vegetables, and juice and tea and um, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of just rambling at this point, I feel like. Hopefully, some of this advice helps some people out there. Try it out. Let me know in the comments if any of this worked for you. If you do happen to try it out, obviously it's going to take time. So, hey, if you want to let me know in a future video, even if it's not about this type of thing, by all means, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, follow my Twitch. I will hopefully start streaming more at some point. I haven't been recently, but it can't hurt to go follow it, right? It's free. So, yeah, again, just like, subscribe, comment, your tips and tricks as well down below, because maybe they will help some people read in the comments. I don't know. Peace out. Have a good one. Later.